reconnect on Facebook, but hello to everybody watching on the News Channel 15 and also watching on our YouTube channel as we get ready to go live onto Facebook here as well. So we're getting ready to do that as we speak. So stand by for that just a moment. I got to do a couple of more setup things. But what we can tell you is this line of strong to severe thunderstorms is right now on top of McLeansboro, and that is definitely giving us some fits there. Probably one of the most significant problems that we will have with this storm is the flooding that is going to be going on, because we've talked about flooding all week. Well, we're finally to the point where that that is giving us some issues out there, and we just took a power hit here at our studio. Let me see if we are back on here. So we just lost power here at our Wabash Valley College studio, so we have power back now. It was just a power surge, but wanted to make sure that we were there. We are. We are back on now. It may have just tried to do it again here. We keep popping on and off here, so I'm going to keep checking on the signals that we have. But nonetheless, we are here with you, and we are live on News Channel 15. To keep checking on our severe weather status, or on air status, I guess I should say here. And let me get this going here on Facebook. Sorry for the delays in talking to you about the severe weather. Just kind of getting things rolling here on News Channel 15. So we do have all of that, and we should now, I believe, be live on YouTube, on Facebook, and now on News Channel 15 after all of that. So welcome to our live stream, whether you're watching on the social media channels or if you're watching here on News Channel 15. I'll go ahead and show you my position here at News Channel 15. So a little bit different of a setup than what we had for you last night, but wanted to still be able to do our live stream, have the radar on the screen for you, and give you the latest information that we have. We do want to pass along now that a flash flood warning has been issued. This is for Wabash and Edwards counties. This is the latest information in from the National Weather Service. And that flash flood warning, as you can see, we've got some torrential rain falling. I'm going to pull the radar back full screen here for the folks on TV, and also slide that radar a little further north. For those of you watching on the live stream, I can now, I believe, take you to a full view of the radar, which actually cut out on us right there. Let me, there it comes. I think you have it now. So there is the live view of the radar here on News Channel 15. I'm going to go ahead and make sure, all the warnings are in play, and you will see that flash flood warning pop up here in just a little bit for the folks that they're watching on the live stream. So again, our apologies for the frozen radar screen there, but I'm not sure if that's freezing because I'm touching it on the live stream or not, but nonetheless, you're getting a view of the radar on our live stream right now. You're also seeing it on News Channel 15. We do have some weak levels of rotation in this storm. Not such much hail at this point. No tornado watch in our area. However, there is a tornado watch to our south and to our east along Posey, Vandenberg, and Warwick counties in southwest Indiana, and also points to the south of our viewing area at this point have a tornado watch. The severe thunderstorm watch, though, does continue for areas south of US 50, and now flash flood warnings are in play pretty well region-wide. It stretches into northern Lawrence County, also into Richland County, where we have those warnings in play right now for flash flooding. So flash flood warnings for all of Jasper, all of Richland, all of Clay, all of Wayne, all of Edwards, all of Wabash, and parts of Lawrence counties. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning continuing for pretty much all of Hamilton County and eastern, western White County, and that's going to go until 10:15, and we'll see just what forecasters do with that. Going to tighten down here on the radar. We'll go back with that you can see here. And again, we're not too concerned with the lower level rotations. In fact, I'm going to turn those off right now. No tornado warnings associated with this storm, but you can see we are, and we're going to get a radar refresh here on the television side. You'll see that in a moment on the stream. But on the television side, you see that right over Omaha, we've got that indication of 1.5 inch diameter hail possibly falling in that area. Going to go ahead and see if we can't turn on our hail tracker there and hard refresh the data for you on that cell there in northern White and the Hamilton counties. So again, we're seeing a hail tracker there near the Omaha area that is again tracking some pretty large hail, but damaging winds are the main threat with these thunderstorms here this evening. And again, the heavy rains, of course, that kind of goes without saying when we mention the severe weather threat here, because we've got to be talking about the flash flood warnings that are very prevalent across the area. So again, let's give you the particulars on what they are saying about that flash flood warning. At least for Edwards and Wabash counties, that flash flood warning is going to go. And by the way, we now have a new severe thunderstorm warning for White County. So let me talk to you about that first. White County, and then Gallatin, Gibson, Posey, and other counties in the region. The severe thunderstorm warning for White County is going to go until 10:45 tonight. And so you'll see an extension probably of that warning into all of White County here, as that pretty impressive Boeing line of thunderstorms continues to track to the east, northeast. Let's slide a little bit further north here, get up in our region. And you can see that area of most significant hail threat over Omaha is going to track probably into the Herald area, then to Maunee, as that continues to track to the east-northeast. We'll wait on that new polygon to appear here for White County, as that will surface here in just a moment. And again, the severe thunderstorm warning does continue for Hamilton County until 10:15 and White County until 10:45. And again, we're saying that the and again, hail also possible there. So again, flash flood warnings also very much in play here across the region. Uh, and so that does bear watching here. And again, the flash flood warnings, the the newest flash flood warnings are for Wabash and Edwards counties. I'm going to go back out here on News Channel 15 to a broad view of radar, and you can see this is probably some of the most impressive rains. And we're going to give the broader view here as well for you for the region on our live stream. But again, some of the most impressive rain right now that we have seen in the area really since this event began. We've had over 2.5 inches entering the rainfall this evening here at our Wabash Valley College studios. But again, this is some of the most impressive rain on the map we've seen at one time during this whole event here, really this week. So we've got a lot of heavy rain. And again, I don't believe that there is a flash flood warning for White or Hamilton counties yet, but Clay, Richland, and Lawrence are in those warnings there as well. So heavy rain falling right now across the region, and with that heavy rain, we're walking us through, and kind of deeply concerned about the flooding potential that is out there on the outside. So again, as I'm watching the live stream here and the television viewers here, so if I look around, you'll see some different looks here. But wanted to reiterate to you again, we've got the flash flooding concerns. Really region-wide at this point, with lots of heavy rain still to come tonight. And then the severe weather threat down into White County. Going to go back full screen with the radar here, because we do see that new severe thunderstorm warning polygon finally pop on the screen there. For you there in White County. So, again, we see the severe weather to the south, and at this point, I don't believe we are seeing any more severe weather back here to the west after this official first line makes its way through here. So I don't believe we are seeing severe storms behind this initial front right here, but we'll double check on that for you before we confirm that. Checking in with the National Weather Service in terms of any sort of storm spotter reports. The severe thunderstorm warning now has been removed out of Hamilton County, but does continue for White County. That's the first warning that will expire at 10:15. And then the second warning takes effect for White County that will go until 10:45. Looking at other reports, I will tell you that there have been some catastrophic flooding reports in parts of Missouri tonight. There was a report with that storm that is rumbling through the White County area of dime-sized hail near the Raleigh Airport in Saline County. And nickel-sized hail on the north side of Harrisburg. And as far as Jefferson County is concerned, several reports along Highway 148 between Mount Vernon and Waltonville of flooded roads and unusual flooding in some circumstances. But we are seeing really, at this point, we are seeing some significant flooding concerns back in Missouri and other parts of southern Illinois. This is what we have been talking about. So all week long, this has been the concern, that the storms would prompt, would get us to the point where, and now, by the way, that we do have that flash flood warning already posted, so I no need to reiterate that. But one of the things that is probably of greatest concern for us was the fact that the rains earlier this week were going to really saturate the ground, and as the rain really saturated the ground, that would give this rain, the heavier rains that we're going to see of this system, really nowhere to go, and cause flooding concerns. And that's in fact what we're seeing out there tonight. So flash flood warnings all across the board here this evening, and that severe thunderstorm warning down in White and Hamilton counties. That White County warning, actually the Hamilton County warning has expired. It's the White County warning that goes until 10:45. So I'm going to tighten down the radar, give us a little bit better view of that over here in on the television side, and you can see that potential hail core that did track through Harrisburg, where we did have those dime and the nickel-sized hail reports, are now moving into the area, kind of getting close to New Haven. It looks to be where the greatest hail threat would be in White County, but definitely severe weather there, and just a mess of rain throughout Wayne, Edwards, Wabash, White, Hamilton, Lawrence, Richland. Everybody right now just enthralled with heavy shower and thunderstorm activity. Radar refresh really doesn't do too much for us. I'm going to take a look here at what we're seeing. Again, tracking that the strongest potential for hail in White County, really between Harold and New Haven. This could potentially see some hail in Maunee here as this storm tracks through. Checking Storm Spotter reports across the area here. Let's see. Nothing new from the Paducah Forecast Office as we continue to track these storms. So what we're concerned with, a variety of things. Obviously, the threat for damaging winds and hail in White County right now until 10:45. But really the story of this night is going to be the flash flooding. It's flash flooding one at a time in which it is probably most dangerous, at night, at dark, where it's really hard to see what is going on. And also significant amounts of rain falling. And that is really what the biggest concern here is going to be over the next little bit. We'll put radar back full screen for you here, and get you the full view here. And notice that we have very heavy to moderate shower activity stretching as far back as our radar will even go to the west. Again, we try to keep it tightened down for you here as much as we can. So we try to keep you tightened down as best we can. On Channel 15, we tried to kick over to our newscast here, and which would be coming on here at 10:15, and on television. Just going to let our folks know on News Channel 15, coming up here at 10:15, you're going to kick back into our local news broadcast, and we're going to let that roll. But update you on the severe weather threat with no tornado warnings. We're not overly concerned with being on the air wall to wall. I think you're hearing extra sound here, so let me I'll eliminate that. So sorry for those folks listening there on News Channel 15. You were hearing way too much noise there, but what we're going to do at 10:15 is kick you back onto the local newscast on Channel 15, so you can see that at 10:15. We'll continue to update you on the severe weather threat, but with no tornado warnings in play, we don't need to be wall-to-wall with you. You'll still see the radar. You'll just see our recorded newscast from earlier today, which was obviously before all the watches and warnings were issued. And then we'll update you during the weather segment of that newscast about what we're seeing weather-wise. But if you want to stay with our severe weather coverage, you can hop on to the News Channel 15 YouTube page, or you can go to the News Channel 15 Facebook page. You will see us streaming live in both locations there. So you can follow along with our severe weather coverage on News Channel 15, and also on News Channel 15's Facebook page or YouTube page coming up here on News Channel 15. So I'm going to, I've got to make an adjustment here, folks, for the people on television. And let me see what I need to do. I'm going to have to hop up here. We'll give you the radar view as I do that. Here, let's see. And so we're getting things scheduled and set here on Channel 15, so I apologize for the issues that may be causing us here. But we'll get the folks squared away here on the TV side. All right, so we are sticking with our severe weather coverage for now on News Channel 15. The In Focus segment that you were just watching on TV is also available on our website, my15news.com, as well as the News 15 Facebook and YouTube page. But we want to focus a little bit more on the severe weather. Again, Carmi right in the heart of this severe thunderstorm that has prompted the warning for White County. Let's take that radar live here on News Channel 15, and we'll also tighten down on the radar a little bit for you here on the live stream and show you exactly what is going on there. As you can see, right over the heart of Carmi is this severe thunderstorm that is prompted that warning until 10:45. Looking for other information, the National Weather Service just within the last few minutes continues to talk about flooding in parts of Missouri. We are getting a report now out of Hamilton County that secondary roads in Hamilton County are flooding. So again, secondary roads, this is an emergency management agency report out of Hamilton County. Secondary roads in Hamilton County are beginning to flood, is what they are telling us now on the with our direct link here to the National Weather Service. So watching the flooding, watching the potential here for some significant rain, and also keeping tabs on that severe thunderstorm that is in White County at this point in time. But again, flash flood warnings up pretty well all up and down the board here. We'll see if the flooding advisory there in Hamilton County doesn't prompt the National Weather Service to put Hamilton and White counties under the advisory for flooding as well, as we'll show you that broader view here on the warning there. So again, severe thunderstorm warning until 10:45 for White County. I believe that is correct. Up to 1 1/4 inch sized hail possible there, and damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour are the primary concern for that storm that is moving into White County and then in other portions of Indiana at that point. The warning goes until 10:45 for, again, the potential for hail and damaging winds. It looks like the primary hail threat is probably right now. If there would be hail in Carmi, it would be doing it right now. But we do believe that the hail threat is a little further south in White County, near the Maunee area at this point. As far as rain is concerned, a lot of folks have been talking to us about rain. I can tell you that just since midnight, we have picked up 1.4 inches of rain at our studios in Mount Carmel, and storm total-wise, since the rain began a couple of days ago, we've picked up over 3 inches of rain here at our Wabash Valley College studios, and it is going to rain a lot. I would not be surprised by what we're seeing on radar if the rain doesn't continue at this clip, that we may get more than another inch, maybe closer to 2, by the time all of this rain works its way through. As you can see, there is a lot more rain to go here tonight, and this was kind of that concern when we talked about that 6 to 8 inches of rain being possible. It was really this kind of scenario that forecasters were most concerned with. So that's what's prompted the flash flood warnings. That's what's prompted, again, the concern for flooding this week across the region is exactly what we're seeing unfold on the outside right now. Back to the National Weather Service chat site, nothing else new coming in at this point. Going to widen our scope a little bit here, check up north. You can see just heavy rain everywhere on the board. You just can't hardly go anywhere on the radar that we have here and find anything that isn't showing rain right now, and lots of rain across the area here tonight. So let's kind of recap things for you as we take a look at where things stand. The severe thunderstorm warning continues for White County until 10:45. That warning is for winds over 60 miles per hour and the possibility of some hail, as we're seeing the hail indications there in southern White County on the board here in our area. Also, flash flooding is a concern. Flash flood warnings are in effect for Richland, Lawrence, Jasper, Clay, Wayne, Edwards, and Wabash counties at this time, with, we'll say at some point, all of our area will be under a flash flood warning at some point by the time this thing is done tonight, we would assume. As we show you radar here, we're checking in the latest from the Weather Service. We do not have any storm spotter reports. We did have that report a few moments ago that in Hamilton County, secondary roads were beginning to flood. So, flash flood warnings continue, and we will continue to see what we can see at this particular point out there. Updating a couple of social media channels here. Beg your pardon as we get things updated across the many platforms that that we are following along here. So, lots of heavy rain, severe storm there in White County. I will tell you that once that warning, the severe thunderstorm warning, exits White County, that will likely wrap up our severe weather coverage tonight, is my assumption, because there is a severe thunderstorm warning down to the south that is in the Paducah area. I don't believe that is going to continue to move into our area. So once this warning for White County is over, we will probably get back into our regular programming mode here on News Channel 15 as we have, again, as we transition out of that severe weather mode. This, again, we didn't expect to see much of a significant severe weather outbreak tonight. The flooding is the concern. I will tell you that, I'm looking at the National Weather Service website here in front of me, and on that screen, the flash flood warnings stretch from virtually St. Louis all the way to Mount Carmel, as far north as that view goes, up into Jasper and Crawford counties, and as far south as Arkansas. That's where flash flood warnings are in effect tonight. So the rain is, I think, ultimately going to be the big story here tonight. Nothing new yet from the Weather Service here locally. But again, at 10:30, we will kick back into, we said this before, on News Channel 15, we will kick back into our newscast at 10:30 here tonight. And those of you watching on the live stream on Facebook and YouTube, we'll stay with you there until 10:45. Presumably that's when all the warnings are going to have ended. The severe warnings, not the flood warnings, they're going to go overnight tonight, but the severe warnings will end for White County at 10:45, and that is likely when our severe weather coverage will end. We also are now getting another flood report out of Hamilton County. State Road 142 at Digby Road and State Road 142 at County Road 700 North are flooded, according to Hamilton County emergency management folks. Again, at this point, Hamilton and White counties, the only counties in the immediate News Channel 15 viewing area that are not under a flash flood warning at this point. And so the Weather Service, again, may look to be adding them at some point to the flash flood warning. However, the heaviest rain is now out of Hamilton County. Not saying that the rain isn't steady there, because it very much is, but the heaviest rain is out of that region. And certainly we would love to get that cluster of very heavy cell activity out of Wayne, Edwards, and Wabash counties right now, where it is just continuing to pour at this point. I told you that we were, to give you some idea of just how quickly that rain is coming down. I told you earlier we were at about 3 inches of rain for the time period of the last little bit. We are now at 3.15 inches. So in the short time I've been with you, we've picked up almost 1/4 of an inch of rain here at our Wabash Valley College studios. Let's see here. Did we get another warning? We have a report now. This is up north, the flash flood warning continuing for Clay, Jasper, and Effingham counties. We have a couple of water reports there. Water covering multiple sections of Route 40 between Montrose and Teotopolis. Also reports now of Route 45 in and south of Neoga, with water over the road in several spots. Though it has receded some there in Neoga on around Route 45. So again, getting some reports out of central Illinois, south central Illinois, about the flash flooding scenario. We now do have a flash flood warning officially for Hamilton, Gallatin, Saline, and White counties. We knew that that might be coming, but now we do have that official flash flood warning. So if you hear me, if you're watching us in Clay, Richland, Lawrence counties, you have a severe thunderstorm, a flash flood warning right now. And we just switched channel 15 back over to the newscast, so I'm going to get the folks there ready for watching the newscast. And you and I will stay here on the live stream. So again, beg your pardon for all of the switching around here, but we are getting everybody back to where we want them to be. So with you here in person on the live stream on YouTube and Facebook, we are back into the newscast resuming here on News Channel 15. So checking to make sure that, yes, that isn't in fact the case. So right before that switchover at 10:30, and part of the reason that I was off on time was the clock I'm watching on one monitor here was not accurate, and so it switched early on me on TV. But we'll keep an eye on the Channel 15 scenario and update that weather forecast for the folks there on TV in real time. But one of the things that, again, has happened in the last few minutes is that Hamilton and White counties have been added to the list of pretty well everybody in the News Channel 15 viewing area under a flash flood warning. So that is what we have with those storms. So nothing about any severe reports. Let's kick you back to radar, and we'll move around the radar here a little bit and try to let's do a hard refresh first, and then let's take you down into White County. So you can see that the heaviest activity there, we believe, has moved out of Carmi. Grayville certainly is going to get clipped next, probably right now, by that storm. The greatest hail threat looks like it has moved over into southwest Indiana, although that hail threat seems to be diminishing with the cell there in White County. The severe thunderstorm warning does continue for White County until 10:45. The Weather Service has dropped that by. I'm going to make one more update here for the folks on TV, so hang tight with us there for 1 second, and I'll be back with you. We'll let you watch the video of the radar here while we do that. All right, so I got that update posted there for the folks on News Channel 15. But again, it looks like the hail threat has shifted to the east of the Wabash River. It does look like the heaviest activity of that storm has shifted out of Carmi, but is making a beeline toward Grayville. As I shift that a little further to the north here, again, part of that line as it holds together in southern Wayne County, and that is not warned there in the Golden Gate area, but the storm there in approaching Golden Gate will likely clip Albion and Grayville, then eventually into Mount Carmel, but we'll see if the warning gets extended to the north or not. As of right now, there is no warning north of White County from the National Weather Service. The severe weather threat will, I think, for the most part for us, be ending tonight when, and again, not that flash flooding isn't severe, because it certainly is, but once the only warning in Illinois, in southern Illinois at the very least, right now is the White County warning. In fact, that is literally the only warning in the state of Illinois, is the warning in White County. So once we get, that one may be a warning. I'm talking extreme, deep southern Illinois, right at the tip, close to Paducah. There is a severe thunderstorm warning there as well. But we think that will stay out of our area at this point. We'll keep an eye on it, though, as this situation unfolds here tonight. So the severe weather threat winding down. We think we're going to go ahead and bid you adieu here. We don't want to ramble on and talk about things that don't need to be addressed. We will stay with you, though, for about 10 more minutes, 15 maybe. I'm looking at the clocks to get the right time. Also, it doesn't help that my contacts are no longer in for the day. So about another 9 minutes we'll hang out with you, at least till the end of this White County warning for the threat for severe weather there, and then let you write out the flash flood warnings. If we find anything out you need to know, we'll of course be making posts on our social media channels, and if need be, we can break back into programming, but not expecting to do that the rest of this night. But do be safe out in the floodwaters, because it is very wet outside, to say the least. Going to head and broaden out our radar view here a little bit, showing you that, again, the heaviest rainfall right now stretches from southern Lawrence County through Wayne, Edwards, and Wabash counties, it does look like at least the heavy rain activity from Fairfield to Albion through Mount Carmel is shifting a little further to the north and east. We definitely do not need any more rain than what we're getting already. What I am going to do here in the time that we have together, we are getting ready for the News Channel 15 news broadcast to hop over to, they're getting ready to transition into the weather forecast segment of the news. And while that is underway, we're going to do a live cut-in, as we call it in the business, to do a weather update. So that will happen here in just a moment. In fact, right now. For those of you that are watching the weather forecast here on our recorded newscast, I'm Kyle Peach jumping in here in our studio because we want to give you a live update on the weather, where a severe thunderstorm warning is continuing until 10:45 tonight for White County. As you take a look here on our local scan of radar, you can see that the heaviest activity has made its way through Carmi. The hail threat has really slid more to the east into Posey County, Indiana, although we do just now see on the latest radar refresh the possibility of some hail there near Grayville, which is getting in on this act. Grayville is really right on the fringe of that warning from the National Weather Service. They have issued a special weather statement, though, in the last couple of minutes, has the Weather Service for other parts of our area. So let's take a look at this. This is a special weather statement that is for Wabash County in Illinois and then other parts of Indiana. The Weather Service says that strong thunderstorms will impact central Wabash County through 11:15 p.m. Doppler radar tracking storms along a line from 7 miles east of Albion near Darmstadt, moving east at 50 miles per hour. Winds to 50 miles per hour and penny-sized hail will be possible. So we'll be tracking that wind gust scenario there. This is a special weather statement, so it is not a warning. I can tell you that just in with this, the severe thunderstorm watch, which was in effect for all of our areas south of US 50, Wabash, Wayne, Edwards, White, and Hamilton, has been canceled. So we are now no longer under a severe thunderstorm watch, and you can see that that severe thunderstorm warning now has been canceled for White County, as that has shifted now into Indiana. So all at once, we are now no longer under any sort of severe thunderstorm warning in our area or severe thunderstorm watch. The only thing that remains here in our region is the flash flood warnings, which will be numerous. We've had reports tonight out of Hamilton County where some of the secondary roads have been covered in water, secondary roads being flooded. State Road 142 at Digby Road and at County Road 700 North are flooded in Hamilton County as well. And so we do have flooding throughout the region here tonight. The warning for White County allowed to expire, canceled early, they're saying, at 10:45. As you see that it went away there, shifting into, it does hang on to Grayville pretty much, but they're going to allow that warning to expire at 10:45 here tonight. So that is going to, in essence, really look to draw to a close our severe weather coverage here tonight. On News Channel 15, and we will go ahead and kick it back now to our regular programming on News Channel 15 in progress. And again, we'll have to keep an eye, for those of you watching us here on the live stream, we're going to have to keep an eye on the river stages as several of our area rivers are eyeing crests that would break into the top 10 all-time crests along area rivers. The Wabash, by the way, is one of those that is expected to crest at a pretty significant level. So we're going to go ahead and transition out of severe weather coverage here on YouTube and Facebook, as there are now no severe thunderstorm warnings in play. Be on the lookout, though, in central Wabash County, Mount Carmel included in that, as winds could hit 50 miles per hour, they're saying. So far today, we've had a gust of 22, as that cell that has prompted the warning moves out of White County, but there's still a little bit of that northern edge of that line that is going to track through the Mount Carmel area here. Not expected to go above severe limits, but could cause some winds to gust to 50 miles per hour and some small hail that would be below severe limits as that line comes through. No warnings, though, in play across the News Channel 15 viewing area at this point, and we will, of course, be here should anything else develop. We'll be here to keep you posted and would jump back into programming if necessary. Thanks for joining us for our severe weather coverage tonight. We appreciate you being here, and hopefully that's it for severe weather for us for a bit. If not, we'll jump back in at some point if needed. I'm Kyle Peach for News Channel 15.